Hello, today I'm trying something different. Instead of covering major historical events, I'll be ranking my top 10 favorite U.S. presidents before the modern era. I will start with number 10 and end with number 1. Thank you. At number 10, I have Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter, while to not do as much as many people on this list, I do admire his handling of the Cold War and the Soviet Union, and how he was not aggressive, however, was not allies with them. I also appreciate his handling of the Iranian hostage crisis, even though that is a controversial opinion, and how it took longer than it had to. I also think he's a great guy, and even at age 99 is still a philanthropist and very invested in Habitat for humanity. At number 9, I have the silent president, Calvin Coolidge. Calvin Coolidge stood for women's suffrage, started FBI, and in his time made many surpluses for the United States economy. He's not that famous, however, he's probably the best president you've never heard of. At number 8, I have the man, the myth, the legend, Ulysses S. Grant. As president, Grant cracked down on white supremacists and opened Yellowstone National Park. The cracking down on the KKK was especially great of Grant, in my opinion, because most presidents let the weirdo white supremacists do their racist and creepy meetings without consequences, and Grant gave them consequences. I also love Grant's work as a general during the Civil War, and he was generally a good dude. At number 7, I have old Ike himself, Dwight D. Eisenhower. Eisenhower was a great president. I especially appreciate his handling of the Cold War and the economy under his watch. He also was the Supreme Commander of NATO after his presidency, and the main general planner of Normandy. The truth is, I like Ike. At number 6, I have John F. Kennedy. JFK was a great president for many reasons. I liked his handling of the Cuban Missile Crisis. Video coming soon, by the way. Anyway, I appreciate his diplomacy during the Cuban Missile Crisis. Let's just forget the whole Bay of Pigs fiasco. I also liked his stance on the Civil Rights Movement, and his "We will go to the moon" speech. In advising the mission of the moon, he did not deserve his fate. Now, entering the top 5. At number 5, I have the first president. Yes, I'm talking about George Washington. George Washington started it all. He was the commander-in-chief of the colonial army during the Revolution and served in the presidential cabinet. Despite the constant fighting of his Secretary of State and Treasury, Hamilton and Jefferson, however, the part of his presidency I respect the most is how he declined becoming king and set the precedent of the maximum 8 years. He had the opportunity to become an emperor, a king, with all the people behind him, however he turned it down, and for me, that is very admirable. At number 4, I have the controversial take. At number 4, I have Harry S. Truman. Truman is one of the most controversial presidents. You either like him or you hate him. There's no in between. However, I have always appreciated his rebuilding of the world after World War II, and his creation of the Marshall Plan. He had many highs and lows. He also made the Fair Deal Plan. However, it got shut down by Congress. Truman has always been scrutinized, however, and his reign will always be criticized on the one decision in the beginning of his presidency, his authorization of uses of atomic bombs on the Empire of Japan. I'm not condoning the decision by putting him up here. However, I do believe that he deserves to be at number 4. Nonetheless. At number 3, I have the bull moose himself, Theodore Roosevelt. Roosevelt was a great president, breaking the trust and establishing many national parks. Theodore Roosevelt is also just a really cool dude. He once, whilst giving a speech, got shot, then proceeded with his speech while criticizing the shooter's aim. What a W. At number 2, I have the predecessor to Truman and distant cousin of Theodore Roosevelt. I'm talking about Franklin Delano Roosevelt. FDR was a fantastic president. When he came into office, he immediately started reforms to improve the Great Depression and is credited for ending the Great Depression. Not only did he end the Great Depression, an amazing feat itself, he also guided the United States through World War II and started the United Nations. Wow, that's quite a list of accomplishments. At number 1, I have the man you probably all know what I'm thinking. The 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln. I have a tremendous amount of respect for Abraham Lincoln. Lincoln led the United States through its darkest of times. that being the Civil War, and ended slavery in the same time frame. Lincoln was not arrogant, cocky, and never bragged, even when he deserved to. Lincoln even made a cabinet around him that openly despised him, even his vice president, and used them to give him constructive criticism and to keep his enemies close. I think Abraham Lincoln was a great person and president, and just like JFK, did not deserve his fate. Thank you for watching and have a great day.